Hi everyone, I'm Ryan O'Hara. Kind of a weird video today, but I wanted to get something on my LinkedIn about this. Andy did a post on LinkedIn announcing that Gated was shutting down. Now, I want to tell you a little bit of a backstory about Gated and Pitchfire and some stuff like that so that you know, like, my thinking about this. Back in 2020, I had a call with someone that was a mentor of mine, and they were saying, what are you going to do after Lead IQ? I had been thinking about this idea of letting prospects get paid to answer salespeople. I went down this whole rabbit hole of doing discovery and talking to people about it and feeling things out. And over the course of 2 years, kind of formed this idea that today we now call Pitchfire. When I was doing discovery, something kept happening. I kept hearing people actually bring up this company called Gated that Andy and Melissa Moody had started. And Gated was a really cool service, but they had such a really unique and cool spin and idea on what they were trying to do. They have something where you use Gated. Any email that you get sent to your inbox, it auto replies back and it asks a seller to make a donation to a charity to get the email delivered to the person's inbox. It's interesting. I hadn't heard of this company, and then when I started doing actual sales to sell requests for meeting, which eventually became Pitchfire, I would hear about it over and over and over again on every call. People were like, oh, you guys kind of are trying to do something like Gated. Kudos to Melissa as a fellow marketer. What's interesting is we never really thought that we were trying to compete with Gated. I think Andy and I both were trying to solve a very similar problem. And that's the idea that your attention is worth something. It shouldn't be something that you just give to people for free. Sometimes people launch stuff and it might not be the right time, it might not be the right place. We're hoping that we have found something that can be in that right space in that right time. It's a new, innovative, crazy idea, obviously. We don't know where it's going to go or what's going to happen, but we believe in the market, we believe in the product, we believe in the problem, and I believe that they did too. I mean, a good example of this is I remember when I was in college, 2005, 2006, there were all these different music streaming platforms out there like Rhapsody and Groove Shark. All these different companies came out where you could go listen to music, the service, you could just listen to a stream of it. And before long, those companies went under and along came companies like Spotify. Now Apple Music has something, Amazon Music, Google has music. All these different tech companies have basically evolved and built their own version of music streaming because they knew that it was there, it's just the timing was off. Anyway, I wanted to give a shout out officially to just give kudos to Gated for an unbelievable run. I know that they're winding down right now. When I first announced Request for Meeting back in January, which now is called Pitchfire, and we shifted the business a little bit, Andy is one of the first people to message me on LinkedIn and offer advice and help me out. And we did a couple calls and he just kind of helped be there for me and be a sounding board. And we both kind of laughed and joked about we're trying to solve something similar but in different ways. And Gated did a lot to raise hundreds of thousands of dollars for charities, and just a really fantastic, innovative product. I'm very sad to see it leaving the space. I just wanted to make a video to give them a shout out and say kudos for a great run, Melissa and Andy and all the team there. Those are the only two people that I've talked to or met with at Gated before. I think the world of what they did. I just wanted to put a video out on the internet and give Andy and Melissa and the whole team there some kudos. Just let you know that we're going to do what we can to try and continue the mission. Might be solving it in a different way. I think we all agree that the future is all about monetizing your attention. If you're not getting something free for your attention, you should be compensated for it. Anyway, it's a weird thing. I know in Silicon Valley and a lot of these other tech companies, there's this whole kumbaya circle where you all hold hands and say, we're not competitors, we actually work together, it's great. The last thing I want to do is, I just want to say, I don't think that this pay to pitch category that we're trying to invent would exist without all the hard work that companies like Gated did. And I want to immortalize them somehow. So that's it. So thank you very much. Please have a nice weekend. Thank you guys.